Writing, Unit 7, Lesson 5. I can use the list, jot, write long strategy, revisiting questions about my memories to understand why they are important. So, what you're going to be today is rereading all your lists and entries, so those include your write longs. How can I ask myself questions about my memories to get to the heart of them? Why are certain moments turning points in my life? Create a list of questions you have about life topics tied to ideas you have uncovered as patterns in your life. Write along which questions you still have about these life topics tied to the ideas. So if you remember, the last time I was writing about the last time I saw that dentist or I went to that dentist, and I was very, very young. Well, I don't think I have all the details down. So I had a few questions that I needed to ask myself. So here's the story. Here's the rest of it. You can click pause if you'd like to reread it, but truthfully, I've not changed anything from the previous day. So I had some questions, and here are the questions I asked my mom. I emailed her since she doesn't live nearby. What was his name, meaning the dentist? Did I have a fever that day, or was I vomiting? Because I vaguely recalled not feeling good that night. How long did it take me to get well? Because like I said, I thought it was quite a while that I didn't feel good. And what was my dad's reaction? Because I know he seemed very angry. But maybe that's only because I was like kindergarten and pre-kindergarten. So my mother finally responded. And this is what she said. I don't remember his name. She's going to think about it. Your dad was very ticked. He called the guy after hours and said, "What did you do to my daughter?" My dad is not a man that usually gets angry, meaning ticked off. So this was quite shocking. Obviously, my mother did not answer the questions in order. She said in answer to, did I have a fever that day or was vomiting or how long did it take? You had little marks called petechiae on your face and neck like you had been strangled. You were sobbing for a long, long time. You physically got better right away, but emotionally, not so much. You had to sit on my lap to see the dentist, the eye doctor, etc. When you went back to the dentist, they said you had to go in without me, and I told them that was not going to happen. And it didn't, but they were not happy about it. So she added that fourth detail because when we went back to have the metal removed, they wanted me to go in by myself again. So you are going to create a list, and you may need to ask somebody in your family for clarification because I was so young I didn't remember all the details. Like I said, I thought I was physically ill. So I can now go back into my write long and I can maybe add these details or fix the ones I was wrong about. So here is my edited write long. So I changed the things that were in yellow. I added that my face was bright red from crying and fighting the woman holding me down when my mother entered the room. Instead of saying I was sick, I thought I was because I thought I had fever and was actually physically ill, but I just said that I was quite upset and uncomfortable. I did add, my parents said that I had petechiae on my face and neck like I had been strangled by the dental assistant. Petechiae are really small red or purple spots on the skin caused by broken blood vessels. And then I kind of finished my story, my memoir, about how I doubt my father got a truthful response from the dentist. I recovered from that day and did indeed stop sucking my thumb. When it was finally time to get the wires removed, my mother took me to the same dentist. We were waiting for them to call me in. The dental assistant appeared and called my name. She told my mother that she had to wait in the waiting room. My mother refused to allow me to go in there by myself. Let's be perfectly honest. There was no way I was going in there without her either. They finally relented, but you could tell they were not happy with her presence during the procedure. I refused to sit in their chair, and they had to remove the wires while I sat in my mother's lap. I did get to keep my bunny teeth as a souvenir. Unfortunately, due to the way I was treated when the bunny teeth wires were put in my mouth, I had lots of issues trusting the adults around me. When I went to my eye doctor's or general health care doctor's appointment, I had to sit with my mother. Otherwise, I refused to go in the room and be treated or get my checkup. Even during Sunday school, I'd refuse to go in the room if the wife wasn't with the husband for that morning's class. This one dentist treatment of me as a young child really changed how I have trusted those around me, especially those who we look upon as experts in their field. So, based on my mother's answers, I edited my right long. So, what I want you to do is choose one of your right longs and write questions that you aren't sure about the answers to or you need clarification for somebody. Or you can write a completely new right long based on any of your jots and lists. And as you have questions, jot them in the side and then ask somebody in your family or a friend what really happened that day in case you're fuzzy like I am. Good luck!